Welcome everybody here to Iowa for the cleanracing.net, Iowa 160. Up here in the booth with me, I am Mike Damoni, and Tony Chaprasso is up here with me today on the cams. Look forward to this running of this cleanracing.net race last week in Las Vegas. The race was relatively dominated by Rhett Trucker, leading 45 of the 120 laps in Vegas race last week in Las Vegas. But looking at the qualifying we have here, looks like as of right now, Joey Stiers is going to be sitting on the provisional pole at 23.75. Tony, how's it going? Yeah, it looks like they're already qualified. Tony?
Hey, Tony. Just a heads up. Stream cannot hear you.
Sorry about that, folks. I had myself muted so that you didn't hear all the lovely phraseology coming out of my mouth. But Mike, what do you say we start rolling down the starting grid here before they start rolling these trucks?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Looks like we've got in row 1 Joey Stiers and Lane Holster. Row 2 Rhett Tucker, Nathan Brown. Row 3 Josh Lilly and Jeremy Moore. Evan Kinney and Mike Van Houten. And then Austin Carey and Greg Barnett round out the top 10.
And then we are going to have Jamie LaRoque and Nate Roge going to roll off in row 6. Row 7 is going to go to Jeremy Morrison, Dustin Harrell, John Anthony, and Kenneth Pack in row 8. Row 9 goes to Anthony Mcgonagall and Justin Casey. Row 10, John Weissent and Fred Garcia, and starting shotgun on the field, Dave Shafford. So 21 trucks scheduled to roll off here tonight behind the Chevy, or behind that thing that iRacing is calling a pace car. We're going to call it a Tesla from now on, just because we can. As the field worked its way into the 3-4 complex, we're getting ready to turn them loose here for 160 laps. This is under a 1 mile track. How silly of me. 2 pace laps. But, Mike, 160 laps as it's about to get fun. And how many sets of tires are they having tonight?
Well, it looks like they have 4 sets.
Oh.
1 on them and 3 in the pits. So.
All right, then. Quick look at the weather conditions. Looks like 77 degree ambient air temperature, 121 degree track temperature. This track is going to get hot and greasy real quick. So as the field works away into the 3-4 complex behind Stiers and Holsler, we're getting ready to turn them loose again for 160 laps here tonight at Iowa. The only thing that's left to say, ladies and gentlemen, is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point harness, get ready to rock and roll, because race fans, it's showtime!
Joey Stiers jumps out to an early lead there. He's pretty comfortable out there. He's led in the 4 previous races. He's led over half the laps out of the 725 that ran here. Behind him is Rhett Tucker and Lane Holster side by side.
Absolutely. Holster on the high side, Tucker on the low side, as they got a little 4-car breakaway starting to show up with Josh Lilly right behind him. Nate Brown getting all he can handle right now, as there's a battle behind him, 4-6 between Jeremy Moeller and Evan Kenny. As they get that one sorted out, looks like the field's starting to get pretty single-filed out right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to single file and try and log a little bit of laps, but they're trying to get a couple positions here. As Austin Carey got past Greg Burnett there on the inside.
And Falcon tire number 22 of Carey on a charge right now. Again, everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's.
Yeah, this league, from what I've seen the previous couple times I've watched them, they race relatively clean. They pride themselves on running green flag runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will have a stage break at lap 60 for stage points. As you see, Greg Barnett drop down to the inside of Austin Carey there.
Absolutely. As Carey and Barnett going hammer and tongs at it right now, as we got a battle for second hot and heavy in front of them. That's the 99 of Tucker and the 61 of Hulsler. And they're going to have to get that sorted out pretty quick, because they got a very hungry Josh Lilly right behind them. Is now Lilly and Hulsler are going to be in trouble. It's Lane Hulsler out of Hamilton, Ontario.
Josh Lilly drops down to the inside. Going to try and make that pass on Lane Hulsler there.
Absolutely, a two-time champion, and he's showing why tonight. Already up 2 spots from where he started. As just looking down through the field here, everybody again minding their P's and Q's. The next closest battle is going to be back here around the 10th spot with the around the 8th spot with Van Holzen, Austin Carey, and Greg Barnett. Van Houten in the 31, as Barnett in the 38, trying to make some headway in that POW-MIA 38.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the prettiest trucks we've seen. Got that POW-MIA with the American flag kind of in the background there.
Yeah, absolutely. As, again, everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's right now. Moeller and Kenny starting to go at it. And it's Moeller on the high side.
Yeah, Kenny's trying to make a move there at some point in time. Drops back behind him again. Going to try and get that run on that low side.
Yeah, normally we see that second lane really start to pay dividends, especially with the track temperature as hot as it is right now. I would expect that, being as we're already 9 laps in, it's not going to be much longer before that second lane really starts to work in. And it's something we've seen as of late, Mike. Since the last tire model came out, was it about 6-7 months ago now, that second lane has been able to defend so much more effective than we've ever seen in the iRacing servers before. And I, for one, happen to like it.
Yeah, it definitely lends itself to more side-by-side racing. I mean, even at some of the tracks, you can go 3 wide and make it work pretty well. But here at Iowa, it's a little bit narrow to try and do 3 wide in some areas.
Absolutely. As Stiers still shows the way here in the 23, has led every lap from pole so far. And just as I say that, we've got some issues going on back here in the mid-pack. That's Justin Harrell trying to make some headway in the 16 up through the middle in that John Deere Ford F-150. Harrell, Mcgonagall, LaRoque, all right there, as is Justin Casey and Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, box of 4 right there, trying to make something work. You got Justin Carey kind of sitting in the middle there. Looks like he's going to try and cross over the John Deere number 16 of Dustin Harrell there.
Yeah, absolutely. Is kind of liking the paint scheme on the 15 tonight. That's Jamie LaRoque in that throwback Miller High Life scheme. Kind of digging that.
Yeah, a lot of these guys had to go back to the drawing board literally when they came up with that update and updated all the front nose pieces and
it was
redid
mostly,
the Toyota completely.
I was going to say it was mostly the Toyota drivers that were left out in the lurch. The Chevy guys and the Ford guys didn't have quite as big of an issue as the Toyota guys did, as the battle for second heating up again between Rhett Tucker and Josh Lilly. Tucker able to finally wrestle the spot away, as Lilly is still on that charge from up 2 spots from where he started, looking for a third, as Steyer's starting to pull away from these guys. They're going to have to get it sorted out pretty darn quick, as you got Steyer's, Lilly, and Holzler right there trying to make some headway, and you've got about a second gap back to Nate Brown and Evan Kenny.
Yeah, it looks like these top 5 drivers are just going to start to pull away a little bit on Evan Kinney there. It looks like Evan Kinney doesn't have much help back there. You get these guys stem to stern, and they can pull away a little bit on a single truck. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's kind of surprising on such a small track like this. The draft really does. This track race is bigger than it is, if that
Definitely
makes any sense.
As you see, Josh Lilly pass Rhett Tucker, and Lane Holster is going to do the same and follow Josh Lilly on that inside line.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Lilly showing why he's a 2-time defending champion. Only 14 years old, so a lot of racecraft that I'm seeing out of that young man so far. Pretty impressive. So yet, as we're only getting ready to put lap 18 of 160 in the books, as Hostler and Tucker still going at it. These guys have been at it just like cats and dogs since the green flag came out. It's Ford on Ford crime right now. They're letting Steyer's get away from them in that Toyota.
Yeah, Steyer's is almost a second and a half in front. Josh Lilly, his stepson there, is trying to close the gap. We'll see if he has anything left for his dad there.
Wait, what?
Josh Lilly.
Yeah.
Is Joey Steyer's stepson.
All right, then. Well, hey. Teaching the young man right, that's for sure. And you can see the gap there on the front chute. As Steyer's quite a distance up the road. It's about a second and a half, as Lilly not really reeling him in, but he's not dropping back like he was.
Yeah, he's not losing the ground after he got past Rhett Tucker there. Rhett Tucker lost a bunch of ground after he was passed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He got passed by a couple other trucks there and finds himself now in the 6th position.
Absolutely. As Evan Kenny works the inside in the 6th. Just up the road from where I am in Freeville, New York. And then if we look back here right around 15th, we've still got that angry gaggle of cars. Harrell, Morrison, Peck, Winslet, and LaRoque all trying to get it figured out. Almost contact, and 15 going for a ride. Or 75, I should say, going for a ride.
Yeah, it looks like he got it back on tracks and continuing to roll forward, so we'll stay green at the moment.
So, excellent save out of that young man so far. But in front of him, that's LaRoque and Winslet going after it right now. Or LaRoque and Arias going after it right now. Arias in the Toyota trying to make some headway right now. And she had a run. Now she's backing off just a little bit.
Yeah, she had a run. Looked like she had to check up a little bit for the sliding truck. And now she's back at it again, trying to catch that 15 of Jamie LaRoque.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, for a short track, she's got the right paint scheme on there. And, Stewie Friesen, who normally drives that truck in the real world, known as a short track specialist, had a real good run last time he was at Iowa, so hopefully that luck transfers over to Emily tonight, as Tucker's going to be losing another spot here. That's Van Houten working the inside of him as they work through 1 and 2. Down onto the back straightaway as Van Houten up 2 spots from where he started, but the biggest mover so far belongs to this man, Justin Carey, back here in 13th spot, has already climbed 5 spots from where he started.
Yeah, Justin Carey's moving up. Looks like he didn't get the qualifying lap he had, but looks like he found some race speed and is on his way towards the top 10 anyway.
Absolutely. Is behind him, that's Arias with a nose out front coming down the back chute on the 15 of LaRoque. And they're going to bring the 75 of Morrison with her. So the 15 not having a good time of it right now, as Jamie LaRoque has dropped 8 spots since the start of this thing.
Yeah, it looks like he needs to find some speed or find the groove that is more conducive to speed, because he's dropping positions left and right at the moment.
Dustin Harrell working the inside. Justin Carey working the inside of Dustin Harrell. Trying to get that one sorted out real quick. I'm sorry, that was Pack and Harrell.
It looks like Andrew Mcgonagall got a little loose there, is allowing the 91 of Nathan Rourke to pass him on the inside. Behind him is Greg Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett just kind of hanging back, letting those 2 Chevys duke it out in front of him. He can pick which line he wants to go into. Now, the other thing these guys are going to have to really be mindful of, and it's something we didn't touch on at the beginning of this race. Only 2-mile-an-hour winds tonight, but with the fact that this truck punches such a big hole in the air, aerial push is going to become a very real thing.
Yeah, I'd assume we're going to see it start happening once these kind of tires start to go away and stuff. You'll see different lines have to be used.
Yeah, very much so. As this battle back here just outside of the top 10, Mcgonagall in front of these 2 guys, this Rogue and Barnett, has the final spot in the top 10, as Andrew's currently up 7 from where he started in that Blue Grace number 79. And it looks like the battle for second starting to get a little bit exciting, as the 61 of Hulsler has reeled in the 48 of Lilly. And
you see Nathan Brown coming as well.
Yeah, once those 3 guys got clear of Tucker, they've really started to, close back in on each other. But they're going to have to get this battle sorted out quickly, and they're going to need to work together if they're going to have any chance of reeling in Stiers, as
yes.
Right now he's almost 2 full seconds up the road from him.
Yeah, Stiers has checked out for a little bit. Looks like these guys need to figure out who's going to lead and get to chasing down, as you see Lane Hulser pass Josh Lilly on the inside for second place.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a wiggle coming off of 2 for Hosler. That's going to let Lilly get the run down the back straightaway, and Brown close back in, as a Chevy, a Ford, and a Toyota slugging it out right now for second, third, and fourth. And they're going to have to get it sorted out pretty quick, because Evan Kinney in the 6 is starting to reel them in relatively quickly.
Yeah, Evan Kinney's one of the stronger racers here, and looks like he's minding his time a little bit, watching these guys go side by side and just reeling them in slowly but surely.
Meanwhile, like behind him, the 22 of Austin Carey getting it all wrong, coming through turns 3 and 4. That's going to let Mcgonagall get back by him. Carey crosses him back over, though, as that fight's not over with by a long shot.
No, you just see a little bit of wiggle, and they try and take advantage. But if they can correct it relatively quickly, they don't lose too much speed here.
Absolutely. Another battle going on is the 75, but Jeremy Morrison picking right back up where he left off when he did get sideways, slugging it out with the 16 of Dustin Harrell. That's Morrison on the low side, Harrell on the high side. As right now, Harrell is in a Canadian sandwich, as he's got Pack in front of him and Morrison behind him.
Looks like he's going to try and go to that inside and make the pass on Harrell here.
Absolutely. Morrison with a good head of steam. Harrell, though, getting a good run off of 2. Drag race into turn 3. They're side by side. Morrison just wills that truck there. Going to pinch Harrell up into the wall, and Harrell has to back out of it and finally wrestles the spot away, as Mcgonagall and Tucker now going after it. And I'm thinking that the as slick as this track is at 121 degrees, Tucker's not having a good time right now as he continues to backslide. Now sitting in the 8th spot. Mcgonagall, though, is up 10 from where he started.
Yeah, Mcgonagall goes on the move. Just passing trucks left and right. Rhett Tucker and Jeremy Moore are falling back 3 and 5 positions, respectively.
Yeah, absolutely. As the 24 or more trying to make something happen, as Lillian Brown going hammer and tongs now. We missed it. Holzler was able to get by him. As now Lily may have gone too hard too soon.
Yeah, you got Lily Brown and Evan Kinney there trying to figure out which line to jump in, or if he's going to try and push it 3 wide.
Probably not the best idea. And another one of my fellow Syracusians in the field. Just realized that. And if you're watching in the live chat, we do want to say thank you. And let us know who you're pulling for. And we will try to highlight your favorite driver at some point. As Brown wills that truck inside of the 48. He's going to bring Kinney with him. As Lilly not able to get the hammer down, coming down the back straightaway. And he's going to lose 2 before it's all said and done.
Yep, Evan Kinney just stayed right behind Nathan Brown and was able to complete the pass on Josh Lilly.
Absolutely. As I'm looking back here, just outside of the top 10, that's the 72 of Scott Winsett, the 21 of Carey, as Winsett goes to the inside. Winsett on the inside, Carey on the high side, and they're looking to bring Morrison with them.
It looks like it's almost a replay of the same thing we saw earlier with Brown and Kinney.
Yeah, unfortunately, Carey, though, he's up 4 from where he started. Winsett, though, is on a charge right now in that 72, as he's up 7 from where he started, currently running in 13th.
Yeah, it looks like once Lane Holzler was able to clear Brown and Kinney and Lilly there, he's closed the gap a little bit on Joey Stiers, but not too much. Joey Stiers still almost has 1 and run 3/4 second lead.
Carey almost getting into the 75 of Morrison. That's going to let Pack close in. Morrison's going to backslide and fall into the clutches of Emily Arias as Pack throws that number 12 to the inside. That is a pack of angry wolves if I ever saw one.
Yeah, you got Pack and Winsett and Carey. Then you got Morrison and Arias right behind him.
Absolutely. As M's starting to get her legs under her right now in that brand new Toyota. I believe she just bought that one today, if memory serves me correctly.
Sounds about right. Looks like we have a couple people in the chat. Victoria cheering for Mcgonagall and Sherry Stone cheering for Rhett Tucker.
Well, unfortunately, Rhett continues to backslide here, as he is sitting right here in 8th. Mcgonagall up 10, though. Currently sitting in the number 7 spot, just a little bit up the road from this battle. As a matter of fact, almost 5 seconds up the road where that battle Rhett Tucker's in with Nathan Roge.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Roge goes to the inside, trying to pass Tucker again.
Roge has been
got a good run off.
Yeah, absolutely. Roge has been on a pretty steady climb. And Tucker, again, just not having a good time of it. He's just praying for that stage break, which I believe you said was coming on lap 60?
Yep, looks like lap 60.
So we are about 8 laps out from the stage break. As battle behind him between Greg Barnett and
Jeremy
Moore. It's Moore on the high side. Moore is another one, unfortunately, having some backslide issues here. Just cannot get that momentum to drive him forward. And everybody is currently chasing this man, Joey Stiers, out of Mackinac, Illinois. Has led from pillar to post so far, as we are working lap 54 of 160. And, Stiers has just had his own way with it so far. Nobody's really pressured him at all.
Yeah, like I said, if you look at the previous stats of this of these guys running here, they've ran here 4 times before. Joey Stiers has run 3 of the 4, and he's led 372 of the 725 laps in those races. So,
well then, safe to say that he's a fan of this track, I would assume. As the battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th, still a slugfest going on between Bennett, Tucker, Moore, Casey, and Winsett.
Yeah, but don't look now. Lane Holzler's closing that gap. It's under a second at the moment.
Absolutely. Is Holzler, he's going to be running out of time, though. You take a look at the last laps that they did. Let me see if I can find the last laps that they did.
It looks like Stiers' last lap is 25.61, and Lane Holzler's was 25.58.
Absolutely. There it is.
Joey Stiers just put Dave Shatford a lap down, making that clean pass. Or 2 laps down now.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, Fred Garcia and Dave Shatford, the only 2 trucks 1 or more laps down, as again, you can see it there, the that battle starting to get hot and heavy now, as Holzler now has those 2 lap cars in front, or Stiers still has those 2 lap cars in front of him that he's gonna need to get sorted out pretty quick. As that's Anthony LaRoe. Yeah, absolutely. And there's lap 60, so competition caution should be coming out any second now. The question is, can Holzler capitalize before that caution flies? We are about to find out.
Getting closer.
As they come out of turn 4 to put lap 60 in the books. And the answer is no.
Yellow.
No, so we got Joey Stiers Lane Holster, Evan Kinney, Nathan Brown, and Josh Lilly getting those all-important stage points in the championship.
Absolutely, as there are your finishing orders there. So Stiers, Hosler, Kinney, Brown, Lilly, Mcgonagall, Van Houten, Rogue, Winslet, and Barnett getting the final stage points. As we are under the competition caution at the end of stage 1. And Mike, I know that you're kind of like myself here. You normally don't do this league on Monday nights, as we are filling in for our very good friend, Mr. Jonathan Leach, as he had a family emergency he had to take care of. But what are your thoughts so far of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series?
Well, it's lived up to what it says. I mean, Clean Racing is what they pride themselves on, and 60 laps, all under green, some side-by-side racing. I mean, not much more you could ask for. Everybody's, had some hard racing throughout the run. I look forward to more of that.
Very much so. As pit stops underway, as you would expect. Looks like wholesale pit stops. The question is, what's your pit strategy? Are you taking 2? Are you taking 4? I dare say that with only going 160 laps and we're already 63 in the books, you kind of have to take 4 at this point.
I would definitely take 4. I mean, you want to get completely full of fuel anyway, because you can go 60 laps, so probably have one more pit stop in the books anyway before the end of the race.
Well, if they did another 60 lap segment, that would put us at lap 120. And then that would leave a 40 lap shootout at the end of this thing. So you put your final set of tires on then, or, which I have not received word. Again, this was a last minute emergency kind of deal that I got brought in to help John out. And while we are under caution, if you want to reach out to Mr. Stiers and see if he'd be willing to talk to us.
Sure.
If he is in the Discord server.
Hey, Joey, Mike, and Tony up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. We're really enjoying this view out front here. It got pretty crazy with them lappers right before that stage, but we've had a pretty good car today, and we're showing a lot of good long-run speed, and I was really worried about Lane and Evan and them guys coming up on me there at the end. I think I was running a little bit too hard, but I think we got a good car for the long run.
Well, that's good. So what's the strategy? You going to try and make it to lap 120 for your next pit stop?
Ooh, I still don't know quite yet what I'm going to do. I'm just going to probably run as far and long as I can, just in case the caution comes out, because you never know in this series. If you go down 2 laps and a caution comes out, that's pretty much your race. So probably stretch it as far as I can.
Well, that sounds good. I'll drop you back into your channel here, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end.
Alrighty, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So that was our defending race champion, Joey Stiers. And you heard him say there, Mike, that he's real happy with how the truck's handling so far. He's not over driving the truck in his own opinion, which is always a good thing. Now the question is, which lane is he going to take to fire this one back off? Looks like he's taking the inside lane. Holsler going to go to the outside. So Stiers, Holsler, Kinney, Brown, Lilly, Mcgonagall, Rogue, Barnett, Moore, and Austin Casey rounding out our top 10 as we get ready to turn them back loose. Mike, why don't you get us going?
Looks like they're on the backstretch at the moment.
You are correct, sir.
So we'll see if Joey Stires can get that jump he had on the last restart. As you see this Tesla, as we were calling it, make this hard left-hand turn. And the race will go into Joey Stires' hands. And he gets that good jump again, off into the races. Already has a 0.3 of a second lead on Lane Holzer. Evan Kinney drops in behind him.
Absolutely, as the battle right now is back here with the 92 of Nate Brown, as he is working the outside of Holzler's son, Josh Lilly. Lilly trying to make some headway to catch dear old dad, but unfortunately not able to do it, as Brown up into the number 4 spot. Another battle going on deeper in the pack, just inside the top 10. That is this battle between the 24 of Moore and the 99 of Tucker, as Tucker kind of mired back behind the 22 of Casey. That's going to let Moore get to his inside as they haul it off into turn number 3. Looking to make it 3 wide, coming off of 4. Good grief. And they're not done yet.
3 wide through the corner. Looks like Tucker's starting to slide up a little bit. Gets behind the 22 of Austin Carey.
And Mike, as I'm sure you can attest to, as here comes Scott Winsett on the high side, the worst thing you can hear your spotter say in this simulator is 3 wide, you're the meat.
Definitely, that is not somewhere you want to be.
Especially in Iowa.
Here.
You might be able to get away with it at a place like Talladega, occasionally at like the front stretch of Pocono or maybe Indy, but definitely not on a short track like Iowa. Is the battle going hard and heavy for that is 6th and 7th. That's Mcgonagall, 7th and 8th between Rogue and Barnett. And they're looking to make it 3 wide with Tucker. Good grief. Well, whatever Tucker figured out with the fresh set of tires, he's definitely starting to climb back through this field.
Yeah, whatever pit adjustments he made is definitely making a difference here.
Behind him, looks like Winsett got into the 24, coming off of 4. As actually, I take that back. That was the 52 of Emily Arias that got into the 72. As they were trying to go 3 wide up there as well. So Winsett and Arias both on a climb right now. Winsett up 7, Arias up 5. As right now up at the front of this piece, Steyer's not having it his own way like he did in the first segment, as he's got a pack of angry wolves behind him. That's Hostler, Kinney, and Brown in lockstep. And here comes Josh Lilly trying to make it a 5-way dance for the lead.
Yeah, these 5 trucks have been up front most of the race, and Lane Holzer looks like he's trying to close in on Joey Stires, trying to maybe get a couple laps led, but Joey Stires is still out in front at the moment.
And Holzler's got to be careful because he's got a very hungry Evan Kinney and an even hungrier Nate Brown behind him. And y'all know how we drive up here in New York. Middle finger out the window and cement block on the accelerator pedal. And I can say that because I'm from this area. Get your hate mail coming now, folks. That's Tony Trapasso, care of ESBN Towers, Syracuse, New York, P.O. Box OU812. Battle going on, though, just inside the top 10 between Carey and Rogue right now.
Carey, Rogue, and Moore's on the outside, trying to follow Austin Carey past Nathan Rogue.
I think Rogue is finding out that you're going to need to be in that second lane, as we got one into the wall. That looks like the 21 of Justin Carey eating the wall coming off of 4. He's completely cheese grated the right side of that Toyota.
Still rolling, still staying green, but that's definitely going to need to hit the pits for some repair if he keeps that up.
Very much so. As Morrison now able to get by the 91. So Nate Rogue not liking what he's seeing right now, as Justin Moore in the 24 has gotten past and is starting to stretch his legs a little bit. Here comes Carey back on Ken Peck. Inside a little bit of tail happy coming off of 4, coming through the tri-oval. Got that one sorted out. As taking a look back up at the front of this piece, Steyer's still in heavy company right now, as that is a 4-truck breakaway. Lilly starting to drop off the tail end of this 5-car dance, and then there were 4. As Holzler trying to get to the inside, get some clean air on the front of that Ford F-150 to try to get a run on Steyer's coming down the front chute. Steyer's, though, using that second lane to his advantage to get the better run coming off of 2.
Yeah, as you see, he goes clear to that outside wall. And then as he goes into the corner, he turns it down and gets almost to that yellow line.
Well, you know, the one thing I was able to do before we went live is I was able to get a GoPro onto Joey's helmet, and I got one on Evan Kinney's helmet as well. So let's go on board with Joey, and you can see just how just pitch perfect smooth he is on that steering wheel. We're going to follow him around here for a couple laps. Sit back and enjoy the show, folks. And here we go. Battle for the lead. Hot and heavy. That's Holzler finally getting to the inside. Got alongside of Holzler. Or Steyer's. Get the lap to Holzler. He's got the nose out front in the 61. First time tonight, Steyer's has not led a lap.
Yeah, and now he's right back out front.
And I think that may have spooked him, as he drove turns 1 and 2 completely different than he had been doing. As these guys are picking him up and laying him down right now. We're working lap 85 of 160, just past the halfway mark.
Well, as we heard in that interview, he thought he might have overdrove it a little bit in the beginning and let those guys catch up a little late. So I wonder if he's playing a little bit of possum here before he takes off again.
Yeah, absolutely. Is taking a look at the battle box with these guys. You can see that Stafford is the one that's in danger, of going a lap down. But Steyer's, Holzler, Kinney, and Brown all right there within striking distance. As Brown's starting to fall off a little bit, Lilly's starting to reel him in, and then Tucker's 2 seconds back from Lilly. So Tucker's starting to make a turnaround and starting to climb his way back through the field.
Yeah, whatever he did at that pit stop improved that truck dramatically, because he was headed in the wrong direction, and now he's only 3 spots out of where he started.
Yeah, very much so. As we are talking about the 99 of Tucker. Again, starting to reel in Lilly, but this battle still hot and heavy up here at the front of this piece. It's Holzler in the middle. So a Chevy leading a Ford, leading 2 Toyotas at the front of this piece. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Tony Trapasso and Mike DeMone up in the booth with you tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us share this video through the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, because we've got a ton of racing left this week, Mike. I believe it's a triple header tomorrow night. Triple header tomorrow night, double header Wednesday night, double header Thursday night, double header Friday night. A special race coming Saturday.
Yep.
And then a quadruple header on Sunday.
Yep. We got tons of stuff going on, a little bit of everything.
7 nights a week, we got racing action for you. But we've got a lot of action going on this track right now. As throw a blanket over your top three, as they're starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Nate Brown. Brown's starting to back off just a little bit to try to save a little bit of tire there. And then a little bit further back, we have this man in the 79. That is Andrew Mcgonagall out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Already
that's
up.
That's closer to my neck of the woods, Tony.
Well, there you go then. Lucky bugger.
Up 10 positions.
Absolutely. Great drive out of the 76 tonight, or 79 tonight. Absolutely great drive. Didn't have the qualifying attempt he was hoping for, but definitely starting to make some headway. And then you've got this man here who is trying to make some headway of his own on the 72 of Winsit. Winsit's up 6 from where he started in the 72. And then in front of him is this young lady, the 52 of Emily Arias. And it looks like she's channeling her inner Stewie Friesen as she's climbed 6 spots from where she started, currently running in the number 13th position. Back up at the front, though, these guys have not given an inch. Stiers, Holzler, Kinney, and Brown still going after it.
Yeah, I don't imagine we'll see him give anything on the track. As you see Kinney try and dive to the inside there of Holzler, but Holzler has the run off, and Kinney jumps in behind him.
Absolutely. Now, this is where Stiers and Holzler qualified, first and second. It's where they run. Kinney is the one that's been climbing, currently sitting in the number 3 spot. Brown qualified in the number 4 position. Josh Lilly qualified in the number 5 position. That's where they run. So in your top 5 right now, the only interloper who's not where he started is Evan Kinney in the 6th, as he swapped spots with Rhett Tucker. As Kinney's up 4, Tucker is -3.
Yeah, Tucker's -3, but he's running faster laps than Joey Stiers is at the moment. Joey Stiers' last lap was a 25:36, and Rhett Tucker's was a 25:26.
Absolutely, is we are going to come on.
Josh Lilly jumps to the inside of Nathan Brown there, completes that pass on the corner, up into 4th position at the moment.
Now the question is, do you think Dad's coaching the youngster right now, telling him how he's got to get through this traffic?
Doesn't look like it at the moment. Looks like he's not in the Discord with him, so.
All right, then.
Maybe he's following the lines. I don't know.
Could be shouting through the house. I've seen parents do that mid-race. You just mute their mic in sim and just coach, just looking at both computers. But I know Stiers is talented, but that takes skill beyond reckoning if he's doing that. But he's got his hands full right now with Lane Holzler, as Holzler all over him, as Kinney's all over Holzler. And as of right now, we're at the century mark. We've got 60 to go right now. And Stiers, Holzler, and Kinney are sending the message that if you want a podium position, you got to go through the 3 of us.
Yeah, they're definitely saying that. I mean, these top 5 trucks have been basically the top 5 almost the whole race, so definitely has to go through them if you want to get on that podium.
Absolutely. Kenny's starting to look a little bit racy in that brand new Toyota Tundra, as he's playing duck and peek behind the back bumper of Hosler. Let's actually go on board with let's go on board with Evan Kinney right now and see what he sees. This is the GoPro on Kinney's helmet. And just like that, Josh Lilly works around the high side.
Yep, Josh Lilly's on the move. Looks like he learned something from the last run where he was running up towards the front and then kind of dropped back. This time it looks like he kind of stayed towards the back, and now he's going to push it a little bit.
And Nate Brown's the first one to peel off to get that money stop in. And he continues to backslide. So Nate Brown into the pits. And that's going to move Tucker up into the number 5 spot. Still almost a full second off this battle for the top 4. And you can see Tucker just kind of hovering back there. Stiers continues to show the way. Hosler, Lilly, and Kinney right there with him, though.
Yeah, we'll have to see who blinks first. We already heard from Joey Stiers at that stage break that he was going to run it for as long as he can, as far as he could. So we'll see what happens. Well, I know they could do 60 laps on a tank of fuel, so he's got another 14 till he gets to there.
Well, I mean, he hit the nail on the head when we were talking to him, too. You know, when he said that Iowa's one of those tracks that it's real easy to get it wrong. You know, and it's real easy to get trapped 2 laps down as well. So, you know, I can't say I disagree with the strategy that he was talking us through, saying that he was going to stay out as long as he could. But being as the undercut right now is about a second and a half from their fastest lap to the current laps, you know, that's huge.
Yeah.
And you want to leave yourself enough time to use those new tires as effectively as you can. And, you know, we're running out of laps here. You know, we're closing in on 50 to go very quickly.
Yeah, it's not going to be too much longer.
Ooh. Dave
like
Shafford
Josh Lilly's
goes
looking to the inside there.
Shafford got into the wall there, and that kind of checked up that lead group, as now Lilly looks to the inside of Hosler coming through 3 and 4.
Well, as we were talking about that money stop, Nathan Brown's back on track, and his last lap was a 24.06. Stiers' last lap was a 25.48. So
exactly, and that's what I was talking about. You're looking about a second and a half. You know, as a matter of fact, Brown's previous lap was his fastest lap of the race. So using those fresh tires to his advantage. Looks like Moore in the 24 going to be the next one to peel it off. Whee! Lilly making a big swing at it coming down the back straightaway. Just throws it to the inside of the 61, and Hosler, using that second lane, going to be able to hold him off quite effectively. Greg Barnett
gets that drive into the corner, and Hosler just has the momentum from that high line to just pull away.
And that's really what we've seen with this current tire model. I dare say iRacing got it right, as here comes Lilly on the high side now. He's... Oh! And just like that, we're under caution. Let's go back.
It looks like Lane Hosler just missed his pit stop that he was going to make there.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're watching here, this is them coming down the back straightaway. And the 6 just pile drives him. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 6 just got right into his back bumper and spun him right around.
So wholesale pit stops for everybody.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Brown's gonna stay out after completing his pit stop on lap 103, so he'll take the. Oh, it looks like he's in lucky dog position, so he'll get back on the lead lap anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Stiers, Lilly, Tucker, Mcgonagall. Stiers winning the battle off pit road. Lilly coming out in second. So the same way they went onto pit road, it looks like. Tucker able to make up some headway as he's coming out in third. Mcgonagall makes a jump as Kenny stayed in to get a little bit of damage repaired on the nose of that truck. And looks like Nate Brown coming back into pit.
Looks like he's going to go top off.
Not a bad idea. As looks like we are going to have about a 45-lap shootout when we turn them back to green.
We'll have to see if Joey Stiers can get that jump and hold off Josh Lilly and Rhett Tucker. Rhett Tucker's been on a man on a mission after the stage break pit stop he had there.
Yeah, absolutely. Is the 91 of Rogue, and looks like the 94 of Frederick Garcia did not pit. So interesting strategy there. Last time both those trucks were down pit road was on lap 62. Everybody else 4 in fuel at least. As Jeremy Moore took his last stop on lap 109, stayed out to get the wave around.
Yeah, it looks like.
As did Justin Carey, Ken Peck, and Greg Barnett. So I don't know what he found, unless it was just a strategy, knowing that stage break was coming, just wanted to see what that first tire run was going to look like. But the man that qualified in the number 3 spot, the 99 of Rhett Tucker, has been on a complete tear during this second segment. And back up where he started, and he's got a lot of company up there. Andrew Mcgonagall up 13 from where he started. And it looks like we are getting the wave around trucks to go. And the green flag is going to be in the hands of this man. The man who has led all but 2 laps here tonight. Joey Stiers in the 23. As he's got his boy starting to the outside of him. That is his son, Josh Lilly. Going to be restarting in second. So who you riding with? Dad or the young gunner?
Oh, I think I'd have to go with Joey Stiers at the moment. I mean, winning the last 3 times I've been here, leading almost every lap. I don't think he's gave all the secrets away.
Well, we're about to find out as the pace car peels on off. The field heads into the restart zone. Stiers pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Immediately jumps up in front to pick up Lilly, as here comes Tucker to the inside.
Tucker to the inside of Lilly, side by side. Just see a little wiggle there.
It's the cold tire shimmy coming out of turn number 2. Get that one sorted out as here comes the 91 Mcgonagall. He's going to have to defend pretty quickly here as Evan Kinney, who was one of the helpful hands in that last caution coming out, trying to get back up into a podium position. Behind him, though,
Mike Van Houten.
Van Houten making it happen, yeah. And here comes Lane Holzler.
It looks like he got a little bit of damage fixed, but you can still see some on the backside of that truck after getting rear-ended there.
Yeah, absolutely. That tailgate has seen better days, that's for darn sure. The Hamilton, Ontario, Canada native, currently making some headway.
Jerry Morrison right behind him. As Holzler just drives away a little bit. Mike Van Houten passes Evan Kinney to take 5th position.
Well, it's definitely go time. You know, we're 40 to go. You've got your money stop done. You made your bed. Now it's time to lie in it. But that battle up at the front, it's a 3-way tango right now. Stiers, Lilly, and Tucker just picking them up and laying them down as we are 40 to go.
Yeah, Lilly gets to the bumper and dives to the inside. Looks like he's going to try and complete that pass. But we've seen it before. Joey just has something left coming off the corner.
And he's going to probably lose one here to Tucker as that second lane really paying dividends this late in the race.
Yeah, Tucker just has that better drive off. Lilly jumps up behind him and he's going to have to regroup a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, Lilly's got to realize what he did to get up into second in the first place. And going to the inside was not it. Another one who's on a steady climb up through the field is this man, the 92 of Nate Brown, the Season 8 Clean Racing champ. And showing why right here, as it's Toyota and Toyota Crime, as he's working the inside of Austin Carey's Falcon Tire Toyota Tundra.
Yeah, we saw him blink first out of the top 5 and pit a little early. Then he came back in under that caution.
Battle going on in front of him between Holzler and Kenny. Picking up where they left off before that caution came out. Those two are all over each other, and they're all over each other again as Holzler with the head of steam in that second lane, starting to try to reel in the 22 of Van Hosen. Now the question is, do they have enough time, and do they have enough tires being this deep into the field as you got Mcgonagall in 4th, Van Hosen in 5th, Holzler in 6th, and Kinney in 7th. And about a truck length separating each of them.
Yeah, as we go back up front, and Joey Stiers and Rhett Tucker back and forth. Looks like they've put almost a third of a second on Lilly after not being able to complete that pass earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Lilly looking like he's trying to cool his tires off, dropping back about 3 truck lengths off of the back of this man, Rhett Tucker, as it is an all-Midwest podium right now. Looking a little deeper in the field, this is your closest battle on track currently, as everybody kind of getting single-filed out, as we are fast approaching 30 to go. And Tucker is all over Stiers through the middle of 3 and 4.
You know, we got battles going all over the track. We got Stiers and Tucker, and we've got Mcgonagall, Houghton, and Holzler.
Brown and Casey throwing haymakers at each other. That is your battle for 9th right now. Casey on the high side and Brown on the low side as they are side by side. Oh, big wiggle for Brown coming off of 4. Nice save, though, but he's going to give up some ground. And as you mentioned, this battle for 4th, hot and heavy, between Mcgonagall, Van Houten, Holzler, and Kenny.
As you see Van Houten get almost to the rear quarter panel. See if he can complete the pass after this coming out of 1 and 2.
He's trying for it. Van Houten in that Caterpillar number 31 out of Kirkland, Illinois, using that extreme high lane, going through 3 and 4, trying to carry as much speed down the front chute as he can. Finally wrestles the spot away from Mcgonagall.
Yep, and Holsler's right behind
him,
trying to make that pass again.
Holsler almost got into the back of Mcgonagall as Mcgonagall throws it to the outside now down the back straightaway. Van Holten running a kind of a defensive line as they're coming up on lap traffic. Could be able to use him as a pick. Not so much, as he's going to stay up out of the way of this battle. Speaking of battles, it's starting to pick up again. Steyer's looking to the inside, coming off a 2. Tucker looking to the inside of Steyer's, coming off a 2. Thinks better of it, drops back in line, trying to get some clean air to the front of that truck as Van Houten and Mcgonagall go side by side, coming off a 4. Give it to Van Houten.
Holsler drops to the inside and is going to try and pass Mcgonagall again. But Mcgonagall just seems to have found something with that truck and won't let him pass.
It's that second lane coming through 1 and 2. You're not going to be able to do anything from the inside. You've got to be on the outside to make that pass stick. And right there, you can see it. Kenny looking to the inside of Holsler as it kind of checked Holsler up. Kenny, though, going to get shuffled back, not going to be able to make any headroom, as Holsler learned from his previous mistake and just keeps his foot in it on that second lane.
Now it looks like just stay on that high side, keep your foot to the floor, and wiggle from Holsler there.
Big wiggle out of
Kenny to go
Holsler.
past. Looks like he was able to keep it off the wall, though. So.
And Holsler's got to be careful because here comes Jeremy Morrison in the 75 out of Gulf, Ontario. As that is Mcgonagall looking to the inside of Van Houten, coming off of 4. And again, just trying it. You've got to really run that slider line if you're going to have that inside at all work.
Yeah, you got to get down and get that pass made.
Yeah, very much so. As it's you've got to like on the dirt side of things. That's where we call it the slider line, where you bomb it to the inside, going into the corner, and just let the vehicle slide up in front of somebody. And they call it the slider line for that reason. And that's the only way you're going to get an inside pass to work here tonight. As behind them, Nate Brown still continues to work on the backside of Austin Carey, and they're going to have to get that one sorted out real quick. Emily Arias in the Hallmark Trailers number 52, looking for a top 10 finish here tonight in the CleanRacing.net Iowa 160.
As you see Nathan Brown drop to the inside of of Austin Carey there, but that high side, you just carries so much momentum.
Absolutely.
Side by side still.
Arias almost got into the wall coming off of 4. Gets that one collected, goes to the inside. She may have burned up her tires. And there you go.
Looks like Austin Carey got a little loose there, got into the wall, as Nathan Brown was able to make that pass.
And that's about the only way you're going to get an inside pass to work here tonight, is you've got to hope for the other guy to make a mistake and not take you with him.
Yeah, it looks like Joey Steyers has been able to pull a little bit of gap on Rhett Tucker at the moment.
About 3 truck lengths to the good, as they've got about an 8 truck length gap back to Josh Lilly in third. Lilly on an island all by himself, about the same distance to the front and to the back right now. So podium finish safely in hand. He's just got to keep it upright for the next 20 laps.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Lilly's been running a little bit faster than Steyers and Tucker, but not too much.
So last time
he'll close in a little bit, but not enough to matter, I don't believe.
Well, that last lap, it was almost a dead heat for the 3 of them. Not by much, though. As Van Houten, though, starting to crank off laps. Almost a full 10th to the good over Lilly that last time across the stripe. As now Mcgonagall all over the back bumper of the 31 of Van Houten, trying to figure out what he's got to do to get by that Toyota Tundra. Mcgonagall looks to the inside going through 3 and 4. Now, we have seen passes happen here. You just got to bomb it, send it, and do just that. Slide job coming off.
Van Houten had a little bit of head of steam, moves down to the inside. Going to try and take back that position, but McGonagall's in that high side and will have the momentum coming off of the corner here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really what you've got to do is you've got to do the slide job, force the guy to go to your inside going through 1 and 2, and then you can secure the pass down the back straightaway. And that's exactly what this man did, Andrew McGonagall, as he's up in the 4th, up 13 spots from where he started this piece.
And it looks like they're closing in on Josh Lilly at the moment.
They're definitely doing that on Josh Lilly. Almost a half a tenth to the good that last time by, but they are running out of laps because, Mike, you know as well as I do, we say this all the time, catching somebody's one thing, passing them, that's a different story.
That is definitely the truth. Is Joey Stiers is a half a second in front of Rhett Tucker at the moment.
Stiers saved just enough tire to get through the last 15 laps of this piece a little more comfortably than Rhett Tucker has, as he's steadily pulling a gap on Tucker right now. And we've got some hot and heavy action going back in the mid-pack. That's Justin Carey and Greg Barnett just going cats and dogs at it right now. Give it to the 21 coming off of 4.
Looks like Greg Barnett's going to stay to that high side. And the 16 of Dustin Harnell is on the inside there. Won't make the pass, though.
Got a little bit of action going on in front of him. It's Nate Brown and Jeremy Morrison just trading blows, coming through 1 and 2. Now coming through 3 and 4. Still side by side. Give the edge to Morrison on that high lane. Brown, though, going to bomb it into 1. Gets the clear coming off of 2. Big wiggle for the 75.
Yep, Nathan Brown was able to make that pass. Morrison had that wiggle and dropping back, but he's able to hold it together.
And behind him, we've got a case of 2 carries, as that's Austin on the high side, Justin on the low side, as they are just trading blows right now. That's your battle for 11th. And Josh Lilly he's in trouble. Josh Lilly's in trouble.
Yep, Andrew McGonagall is closing in fast. Got to the inside and wasn't able to make that pass there, but as you can see, he's closing in again.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are 11 laps to go. Stiers in command of this one. About 5 truck lengths to the good over Rhett Tucker. The battle, though, is for the final step of the podium between Josh Lilly and Andrew McGonagall. Lilly has it. McGonagall wants it.
And McGonagall's been a man on a mission at the moment. Up 13 positions from where he started. Looking for one more.
Playing duck and peek around the youngster's rearview mirror. Goes to the high side. He's got to be careful because here comes Van Houten in the 31 trying to reel him in. Little bit of a wiggle for the 48. That's going to let McGonagall get to his inside going into 1. Pinches him down. Tries to slam the door. Not going to let McGonagall get a run coming off the corner. Drag race down the back straightaway with 9 to go. It'll be 8 at the stripe.
McGonagall just in front on the inside. Josh Lilly on the outside. Side by side down the back or down the front stretch. Lilly shuts the door.
Shuts the door, nothing. He kicked it in his face. Now, young gunner does not want to give up that podium position that he has fought so hard to get all race long. But you know McGonagall, he's up 13. He wants to be up 14 from where he started, as we are 7 to go. Joey Stiers continues to show the way, commanding lead as he's working his way through some lap traffic there. The lappers doing everything they can to stay out of his way. This battle, though, for the final step of the podium, it's not over yet by a long shot.
Well, 7 to go. Mcgonagall's pulling closer and closer with every lap. See if he learned something from the last time he tried to make a pass.
Well, he's running out of time to do it. He's got 6 to go. He's going to need a good run here off of 2. And he's going to hope for a mistake out of the young gunner.
Yep, he's all over his rearview mirror, hoping Josh Lilly makes a mistake and he can take advantage of it.
With 5 laps to go, Stiers just has to keep it dirty side down and hope we don't get a caution to throw it into overtime. Rhett Tucker has a safe second place in his pocket. This battle for the final step of the podium, though, they're going to go 3 wide through the middle of 3 and 4 with the lap car. Mcgonagall may have shown his hand too soon.
Yeah, it looks like he might be driving a little too hard as you see Van Houten start to close in on Mcgonagall as well.
Absolutely. Van Houten wants a piece of this one, but I think he's not going to have enough time to get a 2 for here unless the 48 of Lilly and the 79 of Mcgonagall get into each other. 3 laps to go here at Iowa. You are watching the CleanRacing.net Iowa 160 on the Esports Broadcasting Network. Tony Trapasso and Mike Damone up in the booth with you tonight. And this battle for the final step of the podium, hot and heavy. Mcgonagall throws it in going into 3. He's going to wrestle the spot away from Lilly. 2 to go at the stripe. That was the move Mcgonagall needed to do.
Josh Lilly's trying to fight back on the inside, but that outside line, like we've talked about all night, just gets a better drive off as Van Houten looks to the inside of Josh Lilly.
Kirkland, Illinois native trying to get by the 48. White flag is in the air. Battle for 4th, hot and heavy as they work their way through 3 and 4. Almost contact between the two going into 1. This man, though, in command right now as he works his way through 3 and 4 for the final time. Lap traffic not going to be a factor. Joey Stiers leading almost completely pillar to post. I believe it's only 2 laps tonight that he did not lead after starting on the pole. Rhett Tucker was as low as 15th at one point. Comes home in 2nd place. And how about the drive out of this man? Queen Creek, Arizona, do your boy proud. Up 14 spots coming home on the final step of the podium.
Yeah, and Josh Lilly, after he got passed by Mcgonagall, wound up dropping 2 more positions to finish in 6th.
Lilly did everything he could to try to hang on, but once they could get to his outside, forget it. It was over at that point. But bear with us, folks, as we are just waiting for come on.
We'll bring Andrew Mcgonagall in here. 3rd place finisher.
It sounds like a grand idea. So we are going to start with our 3rd place finisher, Andrew Mcgonagall. And Mike, I believe you got him with you now.
I sure do. Andrew, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a drive tonight. Up 14 positions to finish in 3rd place. How's the truck doing out there?
It was really, really good on the long run, man. I hated to see that caution come out. Was able to save my tires pretty well, actually, this week, which was a different story from last week. So it was truck stayed free. I was able to run the bottom the whole run, and felt like I had one of the better trucks there at the end. Just hard to pass.
Yeah, I saw you working to pass Josh Lilly the last few laps. You were able to get that done with a good old-fashioned slide job. But
Yeah. Man, every week we seem like we're always talking about Josh. And then I think I heard on the broadcast last week that he's only like 14 years old, man. So he races clean. I'd race with him any night of the week.
That's good. Anybody you want to shout out on that truck?
Yeah, I think my fiance for allowing me to go and race tonight. I've traveled all week last week, so my one night maybe for the week. And then Red Tucker Racing, Nathan Rogie. We tried to put in a little bit of work during practice this afternoon, and it looked like it paid off.
Sounds good.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
I
Thanks.
gotta think the league. This is probably one of the best leagues I've run in, man. It seems like week after week, no cautions. I guess it's called cleanracing.net for racing.
That sounds good, Andrew. We'll look forward to talking to you next week, maybe.
Thank you.
All right, Rhett Tucker coming in second position.
What?
How's it going?
It's all right.
Well, it didn't seem like you had enough to catch Joey there at the end, but from where you started at the beginning of the race to where you finished, what adjustments did you make to put some jet fuel in that truck you got?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but by lap 18 in the first run, I was in like 13th place, and I started third.
Yep.
I was kind of dumbfounded, and thank God for Andrew Mcgonagall and Nathan Rogie for telling me to make a little adjustment, and I could finally keep the truck underneath me for the rest of the race, and it worked out a lot better from then on. But that was a miserable first 60 laps.
Yeah, the first 60 to the last 60 were definitely something different.
Polar opposite.
But it looked like you were fighting with Joey for the last few laps, and then Joey was just able to pull away.
Yeah,
think you could have done anything different to catch him?
Yeah, I could have. I think I think I'd pounced a little too early. If I would have waited like 10 more laps and then started driving harder, I think, if I saved my stuff a little longer than he did, I think I would have been able to make a move. But yeah, he was just slipping away.
Now, anybody you want to thank on that truck?
Fred at Clean Racing. You guys for doing the killer broadcast every week for us. My teammates, Andy and Nathan, Mauer Bites, and everybody that watches.
All right, thanks, Rhett.
Thank you.
And that would mean joining us now, hopefully, is going to be the man of the hour, leading from pillar to post from the pole, driver of the Rev Racing number 23. Congratulations on your fourth straight Iowa victory, Joey Stiers.
Yeah, thank you guys. I don't know what it is about this place, but it works for me. That's all I can say about that.
Well, whatever you found, it's working for you. That's for darn sure. As you were the class of the field all night long. I believe it was only about 2 laps that you didn't lead officially.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was the class of the field. I mean, we definitely showed the long run speed and we're leading most of the race there. But on the long run, there were so many other trucks out there that had the speed. And right before that caution come out in Lane, I was talking to him in Discord. We were planning on pitting a couple laps apart there, and he just ended up getting turned behind me. And I know he was way better saving tires on the long run than I was. We were kind of reading each other off our tire management system here, and he was just saving a lot better than I was, and I think some of the guys behind us were too. So we're just really fortunate to kind of hold Rhett off there at the end. I noticed on the first run there, Rhett kind of burned his stuff up, and I figured if I try to save a little bit here on this last restart, I might be able to hold him off, and it just paid off for me today.
Yeah, absolutely. About 5 truck lengths to the good over Tucker at the finish there. But, Joey, you also got to be proud of your boy there as, Josh was able to hang on for a 6th place finish after running in the top 3 most of the night.
Yeah, Josh had a really good run tonight as well, and he was kind of putting pressure on me and Lane early in the race, and we're like, man, they're letting Josh come up to me so he can kind of work his way around, make a hole pretty much for his teammates back there at Brownie Racing. And we just were lucky enough to kind of hold him off. And I'm not quite sure if he'd burn it up. I'll have to talk to him after this. But yeah, he was just as fast as we were all day.
Well, we were wondering, since you weren't in the same Discord server, if you were screaming at him across the house to to kind of coach the young man. But, Joey, great run tonight. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
I want to thank all the guys in the league here. That was some really good, clean race. And usually at Iowa, I mean, you get so loose off the corners on a long run. I mean, tentatively, you could have people wrecking left and right, but we have a real good crop of drivers here. So shout out to all of them for keeping it clean pretty much the entire race. We had one little hiccup with Lane, but other than that, it was really good racing. And all the guys in my Channel 10 Discord, everyone had really good finishes tonight. So proud of everybody there. And my Rev Racing guys, Ryan Twynham, he's not here tonight, but we're thinking of him. And you guys up in the broadcast booth, I can't wait to go back and watch this race. And Fred for putting on the league.
Well, I know I can speak for myself, and I hope I speak for Mike when I say this. It was our first race with you guys tonight, and I know I was impressed. Mike, how about you?
Oh, definitely.
So you guys put on a hell of a show here tonight, all throughout the race. But Joey, again, congratulations. Led from pillar to post. Good luck next week, and we will talk to you then.
Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
So that was our race winner, Joey Stiers. And, again, Mike, we do a lot of leagues here on iRacing. I was nothing short of impressed by everything that I saw here tonight out of the cleanracing.net, and they do their name proud. Definitely a lot of clean racing, a lot of hard racing, but, a lot of give and take, a lot of mutual respect being shown out there tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys are in season 10, and most of them ran almost all the seasons together, so they're used to running around each other, and they definitely lead to that clean racing motto they have.
Very much so. Let's go through the final finishing order. Of course, we talked to Joey Stiers, Rhett Tucker, and Andrew Mcgonagall, your top three. Mike Van Houten coming home in fourth. Evan Kelly hanging on for fifth. Josh Lilly in sixth. Lane Hoser, Nate Brown, and Jeremy Morrison. And Emily Arias securing the final spot in the top 10.
Justin Carey in 11th. Dustin Harrell in 12th. Kenneth Pack, Austin Carey, and John Anthony round out the top 15. Greg Barnett, Jeremy Moore, Nathan Rogue, and then Jamie LaRourke, Frederick Garcia, Scott Wisnett, and Dave Shatford round out the field.
Absolutely. So that is going to do it for us here tonight from Iowa. Again, we've got double headers for the remainder of the week at least, with that quadruple header coming up on Sunday. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for the cleanracing.net Iowa 160. Tony Trapasso and Mike Damone up in the booth with you here. And we want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.